And at this stage in the program, we show you all the teams that make up our white division, the smaller schools that play QuizBusters. Each team will play a single qualifying game. To qualify for the tournament, you can win the contest, of course, but we also have room for wildcard teams among the teams that don't win the contest but manage to make a high score. So no matter how far you may be behind, you want to continue to score every point possible. You never know what might work as a wildcard placement. Also, if you're ahead, score every point possible because we seed you based on your first round scores. Good luck to everybody. Let's have some fun with this. Toss-up question for control. Let's get underway with this for 10 points. When it absolutely positively had to be there in 8 to 10 days, Americans in 1860 used what service? Debbie, Webberville.
The Pony Express.
That's what I wanted. 10 points for Webberville. You're underway. Kind of a silly question to get us started, but whatever works. Webberville's got control, and you get the bonuses. Up to 3 questions, 10 points for every correct answer, but we stop you on your first mistake. If you get all 3, we'll give you a bonus of 10, and you can confer on these. Greg, as the captain, I'll take answers from you once you've conferred. Inventors and inventions is your bonus category. Many products are manufactured by companies named for the men who invented them, and the company name has become more famous than the name of the original inventor. Given that clue, who invented each of the following products or processes? Your first one is the safety razor and blade.
Gillette.
Gillette is right. You understand the category. King Count Gillette was his full name. Next, air conditioning.
Lennox.
Not Lennox. Not a bad guess. You understood the category, but Carrier was the right answer. Willis Carrier invented air conditioning. 10 points in your bonus. You go to 20. It's kind of fun to get started. Webberville's off to a quick 20 points. We have a new toss-up now for all players. In 1414, Bohemian religious reformer John Huss, H-U-S-S, was called before the Council of Constance. For what crime did they condemn him to be burned at the stake? Morgan, Williamston.
Witchery.
Witchery is a wrong answer. Webberville, any ideas? You can't confer on the toss-ups. Brad, Webberville.
Treason.
Heresy. Heresy is what I needed. No points there. New toss-up for all players. The Romanovs were Russia's last imperial dynasty. What decorative artworks did members of this dynasty have commissioned? Here's a hint. Jeweler Carl Fabergé produced between 54 and 57 of them. Greg, Webberville.
Eggs.
Eggs. Easter eggs specifically. Eggs is good enough. That's good for 10 points. They decorated those incredibly intricate eggs. Fabergé eggs is how Greg recognized that. Hats, your bonus category, Webberville. Here's question 1. A hat made of woven grass in many Central American countries is named for the country from which it was first exported. Name the country.
Mexico. Try Mexico.
And I need your answer.
Mexico.
Not Mexico, no. Panama. Panama hats. That's what we needed. No points on that bonus. You'll stay at 30. We have a new toss-up for all players. You may need your pens for this, players. 8 to the power of 2 is 64. What is 2 to the power of 8? Sorry, took too long on that one. Sometimes the math works out that way. 256 is what you would eventually come up with if you kept multiplying your 2s. New toss-up, it's multiple choice, players. The Sacco Vanzetti case inspired which one of the following works? Autumn Sonata, Silent Spring, Winter Set, or Summer in the City? Morgan, Williamston.
Summer in the City.
Summer in the City is a wrong answer. Webberville, Brad, Webberville.
Winter Set.
Winter Set is the right answer. 10 points for Webberville. They're once again in control. Webberville's gotten all the toss-ups, but haven't managed to score a lot with the bonuses. Let's see how you do with islands. That's your bonus category. Here's question 1. Honolulu on Oahu is the capital and largest city of the Hawaiian Islands. What is the largest city on the island of Hawaii? I need your answer.
Maui.
Not Maui. No, Maui is another one of the islands, but Hilo is the city on the Hawaiian island. Once again, tough going on the bonus. You'll stay at 40. We have a new toss-up for all players. How many languages are officially spoken in Switzerland? Morgan, Williamston.
4.
There are 4. That's good for 10 points. Williamston on the board. Now, if you get hold of a bonus, you can get right back in this game. 20th century monarchs is your bonus category. And, of course, you confer on these, and Beth, I'll take your answers from you as the captain. I'll name a ruler of the recent past. You tell me the country with which you would associate that monarch. Question 1, King Juan Carlos.
Spain.
Spain is right for 10. Next, King Constantine. I need your answer.
Germany.
Not Germany. No, King Constantine was the king of Greece earlier in this century. 10 points in your bonus, you go to 20. We're going to go to our first pop quiz. This will raise the scores quite a bit, I'm certain. 120 points at stake as we play some one-on-one action. Each of our QuizBusters will have a chance to answer 3 questions against a single opponent, and we'll tell you what all the words begin with. In this case, players, all your correct responses begin with the letters S-A-T. S-A-T begins all correct responses, and it is one-on-one action. We'll start with Liz from Williamston and Brad from Webberville. The personification of evil in many cultures. Liz.
Satanism.
Satanism, can we take that? The personification of evil in many cultures and religions. Satanism? We'll accept that. Satan is all I have on my sheet, but we'll take Satanism for that. Next. To cause someone to be free from desire by supplying what he or she needs or demands. Any number of words that would have been possible there for you. Satisfy, sate, or satiate. Any of those would have worked. Finally, the 7th and final day of the week. Brad.
Saturday.
Just barely beating Liz to that one. It becomes easy when you hear day of the week on most calendars. Saturday is the final day. Morgan from Williamston, Heather from Webberville. A literary or artistic genre in which ridicule is thrown upon something. Heather?
Satire.
I'm sorry, Heather?
Satire.
Satire is the correct answer for 10 points. Thrown upon something by stressing its worst features, especially for comic effect. Next. To cause something to be impregnated with liquid to the point at which it can... Morgan?
Saturate.
Saturate. Hold no more. Saturate. That's good for 10. Finally, a natural or man-made body moving in orbit around a planet. Morgan? Time. Morgan, don't say anything. Heather, any ideas?
Satellite.
A satellite. That's good for 10 points. Takes Webberville to 70. We have the captains now. Beth from Williamston, Greg from Webberville. The Roman god of agriculture, whose name was given to the 6th planet, Beth?
Saturn.
Saturn, from the sun, yes. The further these go in, the easier they become. Next, the nickname by which jazz trumpeter Louis Armstrong was known. A popular entertainer of a while back, Satchmo, he was called. Finally, a silk fabric with a glossy surface on, Greg?
Satin.
On one side. Satin is right for 10. We end with Michael from Williamston and Debbie from Webberville. The 3-word slang phrase for an inexpensive, easily obtained handgun. Michael.
Saturday Night Special.
Saturday Night Special is right for 10 points. Next. A god of the woods given to revelry and lechery, and usually depicted with the legs, ears, and tail of a goat. A tough word. Satyr. S-A-T-Y-R. Finally, a bag of leather or canvas fastened by a strap or buckle, and Michael?
Satchel.
Satchel is right for 10 points. That's the pop quiz. Fastened by a strap or buckle and carried by hand or slung over the shoulder. It's a 10-point game. We now have a new toss-up for all players to get back to the bonuses. All players, hands on your buzzers. Here's the toss-up question. What is the first season mentioned in the Cole Porter tune, I Love Paris? Greg, Webberville.
Winter.
Winter is a wrong answer. Williamston, any ideas? Morgan?
Spring.
I'm sorry?
Spring.
Spring is right for 10 points. You're in control and you tied the game. I Love Paris in the Springtime was the first line of that classic song. Williamston, you can break the tie with these questions about mythological couples. I'll name the male half of a difficult mythological romance. You name the female associated with him in each case. First, Leander. I need an answer.
Athena.
Not Athena. No, Hero was the right answer. Not big on the mythology category, I take it. No points there. We'll stay knotted at 80. We have a new toss-up for all players. Because salt-tolerant microorganisms have been found in it, its first name is a misnomer. Because it's technically a lake in a northern extension of the Great Rift Valley, its second name is a misnomer, too. That is Michael Williamston.
Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea. That's right for 10 points. Well solved. It's the body of water on the Israel-Jordan border, the Dead Sea. Williamston in control. Televangelists is your bonus category. Here's question number 1. This fundamentalist talk show host's early efforts have included the Christian Broadcasting Network, now called the Family Channel, and an unsuccessful 1988 presidential campaign. Name him.
Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson is right for 10 points. Next. In the mid-1980s, this man claimed that God would take him home if he couldn't raise $8 million for construction projects in his Oklahoma-based ministry. Name this man whose son is now responsible for many day-to-day activities in his organization.
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts is right for 10 points. Next. Name the charismatic speaker whose messages of positivism are broadcast on his Hour of Power television program, which originates from his Crystal Cathedral.
Billy Graham.
Not Billy Graham, no. Robert Schuller is his name. You didn't get the 20. 20 total points on your bonus takes you to 110. Billy Graham, better known for his missionary work throughout many parts of the country and not centered in one church. That's the halftime. We're playing the halftime music as we take a look at our scores and find out Williamston holding on to a 30-point lead. Lots more QuizBusters yet to be played. A lot more to go, but right now we're going to meet our players individually, find out a little bit about each of them, starting with Williamston and Liz. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm Liz Jacobowitz. I go to Williamston High School, and I enjoy swimming, and I'd like to say hi to my sister.
Okay, Liz, thank you for coming down and being with us. Now let's meet Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan Bowen. I go to Williamston High School where I'm a sophomore, and I enjoy snowboarding, and I'd like to say hi to Jenny Moon.
Okay, Morgan, thank you very much. I'm sure Jenny appreciates that. The captain is Beth.
My name is Beth McIntosh. I'm a senior at Williamston High School. I play tennis and volleyball, and I'd like to say hi to Jenny Moon.
Okay, terrific. Well, very popular person. Finally, Michael, welcome.
My name is Mike Miller. I'm a senior at Williamston High School, and I enjoy playing tennis and downhill skiing.
Okay, let's have a hand for the Hornets of Williamston. Holding on to a lead, albeit a small one. We'll see if it holds up in the second half. We'll talk to the team that wants to have something to do about that. Webberville, starting with Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad Fainer. I'm a junior at Webberville High School. I plan to go into sports medicine at possibly Olivet College or maybe Ferris State. I'd like to say hi to our 1993-94 SAD officers.
Okay, Brad, thank you very much. Now let's meet Heather.
My name is Heather Forrester. I'm a sophomore at Webberville High School, and I'd like to say hi to all my friends and family.
Okay, Heather, thank you very much. The captain is Greg.
I'm Greg West. I'm a senior at Webberville High School, and in the fall, I'm going to be attending MSU for psychology or journalism.
Terrific. Oh, two interesting choices there. Good luck to you as a Spartan, Greg. And finally, Debbie.
I'm Debbie Rozier. I'm a sophomore at Webberville, and I'd like to say hello to anyone who's watching.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. We hope people are watching out there. Let's have a hand for the Spartans of Webberville. Kind of off to a slow start, but fortunately you're not that far behind. Only a 30-point game, and one set of questions could turn that around in a hurry. We do have a second half to play, same as the first, with pop quizzes halfway through, and a lightning round at the end, a 60-second dash that may determine our winner. Good luck to all of you. Let's get started with this toss-up question for control as we start the second half. Which city can be found 90 miles northeast of San Francisco? Brad, Webberville.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is the wrong answer. Williamston, any ideas? Beth?
San Diego.
Not San Diego. Both of those are far south of San Francisco. If you go north and east, you're inland, and you get to the capital, Sacramento. New toss-up, all players. Who was the 12th president of the United States? Thought that might prove tough. If you try to count them out, you would have come up with Zachary Taylor. We have a new toss-up. It's a multiple choice, all players. In the plant world, is an annulus, that's A-N-N-U-L-U-S, an annulus, is it a giant seed, a mushroom, a yearly mating ritual? That is Brad Webberville.
It's a yearly mating ritual.
No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. I'll finish the other options for you, Williamston. A giant seed, a mushroom, a growth ring, or a tip of the root. Morgan, Williamston.
Growth ring?
A growth ring. That's right for 10 points. Williamston is in control. The yearly mating ritual sounded good, but the other option was the correct one. Williamston in control. John Steinbeck is your bonus category. Here's question number 1. In The Grapes of Wrath, the Joad family is forced out of their home state by economic desperation, and they travel to California. From what state did they originally leave?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is right, the Dust Bowl. That's good for 10 points. Next, what Steinbeck novel, based loosely on a biblical story, features twins Aaron and Caleb Trask?
East of Eden.
East of Eden, very quick on that one. That's good for 10. For your bonus, the title of the novel, The Grapes of Wrath, came from a line in a famous poem written by what woman?
Emily Dickinson.
Not Emily Dickinson, not a bad guess. The Battle Hymn of the Republic is the poem that came from. Julia Ward Howe wrote it. 20 points on your bonus on a tough category. And we're very quickly moving into the pop quiz. Had a tough going in the toss-ups. That slowed us up a little bit. Let's pick up the pace with these pop quiz questions. This time around, all your correct responses begin with the letters P-H-O. P-H-O, an interesting combination. We'll see how the players do with it. We'll play one-on-one, starting with Liz from Williamston and Brad from Webberville. A morbid and often irrational fear of some specific, Liz?
Phobia.
Phobia, just barely beating Brad to that one. Phobia of some specific thing. Next, an ancient country now forming the coastal region of Lebanon and part of Syria. Brad?
Phoenicia.
Phoenicia is right for 10. Finally, not genuine. Brad?
Phony.
Phony, that's good for 2. Narrowed the gap. Takes Webberville to 100. Morgan from Williamston and Heather from Webberville. The 2-word phrase for any race so close that a winner is difficult to determine. Morgan?
Photograph finish.
Photograph finish, photo finish, determined with the naked eye. That's good for 10. Next. The non-metallic element with atomic number 15. Morgan?
Phenon.
Not phenon. Heather, any ideas?
Photon?
Not photon, phosphorus. Phosphorus, the right answer. Finally, it's always good to take a guess. No harm in that. Final question for Morgan and Heather. The capital and largest city in Arizona. Morgan?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Very quick on that one. The captains, Beth from Williamston and Greg from Webberville. The formation of carbohydrates or other chemical substances in plants with the aid of light. Greg?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis is right for 10 points. Next, a class of closely related speech sounds considered as forming a unit. Beth?
Phonetics.
Phonetics is a wrong answer. Greg, any ideas? Phonetics would be the study of these things. They're phonemes. That's the word that we needed, phonemes. Finally, the sacred sunbird of Egyptian mythology, which was regularly, Greg?
Phoenix.
Which was regularly reborn from its own ashes. That's the second time for Phoenix. That's right. We go to Michael from Williamston and Debbie from Webberville. The quantum in which light and other forms of electromagnetic radiation are emitted. That's when we needed photon. Photon, the right answer there. Next, the surface layer of the sun. Another tough one for you. The photosphere is what that's called, the photosphere. Finally, a machine for reproducing sounds recorded on a disc. Michael?
Phonograph.
Phonograph, a disc or cylinder. That's right for 10 points, and that's our pop quiz. 60-point game. It's still close. The next time you hear the fanfare, players will be going to the lightning round. Right now, it's a toss-up for all 8 players to answer the bonuses. You may need your pens for these players. The vertices of a triangle have coordinates 2, -2, 8, 10, and -4, 1. In terms of its angles, what kind of triangle is it? Morgan, Williamston.
Equilateral.
Equilateral is a wrong answer. Webberville, Brad.
Isosceles.
Right triangle. A right triangle. We have a new toss-up for all players. It's a quote. Who wrote, quote, "I was repelled by the conglomeration of races which the capital of Austria showed me." Repelled by this, that is Debbie Webberville.
Hitler.
Hitler is the right answer for 10 points. Webberville's in control. Well, we won't finish that quote. We'll move right into the rest of the bonus category for you, Webberville. The United Nations is your bonus category. I'll name a Secretary General of the United Nations. You tell me that individual's home country. Your first one is Dag Hammarskjöld.
Germany.
Germany is wrong. The name sounds vaguely Scandinavian. It is. Sweden would have been the right answer. Sweden. No points on your bonus. You will stay at 130. We have a new toss-up for all players. From its resemblance to a snake, a long, fluffy scarf worn on the shoulders is called... Brad Webberville.
Another boa.
Boa is what I needed. That's good for 10 points. Webberville once again in control. Presidential quotes is your bonus category. You could tie the game. I'll give you a quote associated with an American president. You name the chief executive who said it. First, a house divided against itself cannot stand.
Lincoln.
Lincoln is right for 10 points. Next, if you don't say anything, you won't be called upon to repeat it.
Roosevelt. Roosevelt.
Not Roosevelt, no, and I won't even ask you which one since that's a wrong answer. Silent Cal, Calvin Coolidge, who very rarely spoke in public. 10 points in your bonus. You are narrowing the gap. It's a 30-point game. New toss-up for all players. In 1915, to conduct the first ever transcontinental phone call, Alexander Graham Bell once again called what man? Brad Webberville.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison is the wrong answer. Williamston, any ideas? The most famous line, the first line uttered in a telephone, come here, Watson, I need you. Thomas Watson was the fellow's name, Bell's assistant. We have a new toss-up for all players. Which of Lloyd Bridges' sons was named after Melanie's boy, Greg Webberville?
Bo.
Bo is the right answer. Good anticipation on that one. That's good for 10 points. Once again, closing the gap. Melanie's boy in Gone with the Wind. Bo, as opposed to Jeff, of course. Webberville in control. The Wild West is your bonus category. James Butler Hickok was known as Wild Bill. By what nicknames or pseudonyms were the following figures from the American West known? Your first one is Christopher Carson.
Kit Carson. Kit.
Kit Carson is right for 10 points. Next, Martha Jane Canary, or Canary, C-A-N-A-R-Y.
Annie Oakley.
Not Annie Oakley, no. Jane in the middle part was the giveaway there. She was Calamity Jane. Yes, 10 points in your bonus. You go to 170. We have a toss-up for all players. What two hormones are combined in the standard birth control pill? Brad Webberville.
Estrogen and pheromone.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. Williamston, any ideas? Morgan?
Estrogen and testosterone.
Estrogen and progesterone. Those were the ones that I needed. New toss-up, all players. In this sport, participants doing delayed drops can fall at 625 miles per hour. That's Michael Williamston.
What is skydiving?
Skydiving is the correct answer. 10 points for Williamston there in control. And I'm being mistaken for Alex Trebek, but we can move on with that. No problem, Michael. You got the right answer. That's what we need. Williamston is in control. Lead is your bonus category. L-E-A-D, lead. Williamston, here's your first bonus question. Think of the chemical symbol for lead and tell me what profession gets its name from the Latin for one who works with lead. I need an answer.
I don't know.
No answer. The chemical symbol is PB, and that might put you in the mind to think of plumber. Plumber, the right answer. No points there. You'll stay at 190. We have a new toss-up for all players. He became a national figure in the closing months of 1958 when he visited Khrushchev in Moscow. From 1961 to 1964, he was majority whip in the Senate, achieving notable successes in steering the Civil Rights Bill and the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty through Congress. He was Lyndon Johnson's running mate in 1964 and served him loyally as vice president. In 1968, he ran on the Democratic ticket for president, but lost to Nixon. Name this senator from Minnesota. Brad Webberville.
Kennedy.
Kennedy is a wrong answer. Williamston, any ideas? You can't confer on the toss-up. No one's going to try. I'm sorry, the timer beat you. Hubert Humphrey gave almost his entire biography. Hubert Humphrey, new toss-up, all players. This form of humor uses grotesque and morbid that is Heather Webberville.
Satire?
Satire is the wrong answer. I'll continue for Williamston. Remember, you cannot confer on the toss-ups. This form of humor uses grotesque and morbid situations dealing with anxiety and suffering for comic purposes. What adjective, a color, describes this genre often found in the theater of the absurd? That is Liz Williamston.
Black.
Black humor. That's right for 10 points. Williamston is in control. Food is your bonus category, Williamston. I'll name a foreign dish. You name the particular type of meat, which is its main ingredient. Your first one is Hassenpfeffer.
Rabbit. It's rabbit. It's rabbit.
Rabbit?
Rabbit is the right answer for 10 points. Your next one is coq au vin.
Lamb?
Not lamb, no, chicken is in the French dish coq au vin, but you got the Hassenpfeffer one right. 10 points for that, you go to 210. We go to our lightning round. It's a close game, and both teams have done well, so I'll remind both teams the importance of scoring every point you can in the lightning round. It's also still anyone's contest. 60 seconds of toss-up questions remain. When you're right, we will add 10 points to your score. You give me a wrong answer, however, we subtract 10 points from your score and move to the next question. Williamston is at 210. Webberville is at 170. Give me 60 seconds on the clock. The lightning round begins now. Remember the Alamo was the battle slogan of what war? Morgan.
Mexican.
Right. Which Bronte sister wrote Wuthering Heights? Morgan.
Emily.
Right. Name the rock star married to Christy Brinkley. Morgan.
Rod Stewart.
Wrong. Name the elephant hero of a series of children's... Brad.
Babar.
Right. Bunraku, No, and Kabuki Theater are all found in Morgan.
Japan.
Right. What metric unit of weight is equivalent to about 2.2 pounds? Debbie.
Kilogram.
Right. In your body, what is the more common name for the tympanic membrane? Brad.
Drum.
Right. Name the cruel overseer in the novel Uncle Tom's Cabin. Time. Name the frontiersman known for his exploration and settlement of Kentucky. Brad.
Daniel Boone.
Right. What's the capital of Kentucky? Morgan.
Louisville.
Wrong. In mythology, how many heads did the dog Cerberus? Brad.
8.
Wrong. What is the 10th month of the year? Heather.
October.
Right. 3 dots, 3 dashes, and 3 dots. And the more... Brad.
SOS.
Right. Name either of... Time is up, and we have a tie game. Listen carefully. Well done, both teams. Listen carefully. We go back to the regular toss-up questions. In this case, if you give me a wrong answer, we repeat the question for your opponent. The first correct answer wins the game. Let me get settled here. Here it comes. The Entertainer and the Maple Leaf Rag were written by what ragtime composer?
Time.
No one scores on that one. Scott Joplin, the correct answer. Here's the next toss-up question for the game. Who said, quote, I only regret that I have but one life to lose? That is Greg Webberville.
Benedict Arnold.
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. Williamston, the complete question. Who said, quote, I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country? No one can confer.
Time.
No one's buzzing in. Nathan Hale, the correct answer. New toss-up, all players. Name either of Ronald Reagan's Democratic challengers. Morgan, Williamston.
Dukakis.
Dukakis is a wrong answer. Webberville, Brad.
Mondale.
Mondale is right. Webberville's won the game. Tough one. Not surprising you missed that. Dukakis Renegades Bush, Jimmy Carter the other one. We got to run. We're short on time. Webberville's won. Williamston's got a good score. We might see them as a wild card team. Well, for all of us here on QuizBusters, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.